It's been a marathon for you and time to loosen up. It's time to get sporty. I'm Jeff Pogiro. Good afternoon and welcome to the Sports 1 p.m. And we begin with technology in sports. The issue of air pollution continues to grow in Africa. Athletes are turning to science to give them clearer picture on how to avoid the smog. Air quality sensors have been installed in sports facilities in 6 countries across Africa, with data being used by coaches drawing up training schedules and events organizers looking to keep up competitors safe. Playgrounds and sports venues have played a key role in growing talents and nurturing professionals across the world. In Kenya, nearly every venue has a name and a star whose success can be traced back to. Over the years, climate change has affected the outlook of a number of playing venues due to a fast-growing population and industrialization. In response to the World Athletics Sustainability Program, Athletics Kenya is fast complying by partnering with the Stockholm Environment Institute and also the United Nations.
We are looking basically at health for the competitors and even those who are participating to ensure that the competitions are carried on as is required. And as a government, we've worked very closely with the Athletics Kenya because we are looking at clean competition. And you see what we did just before as a precursor to the competitions today is that we had to plant trees around this area. And our target was 1,000. Just to ensure that now the air quality that we are propagating as a ministry, as a country, and as federations is adhered.
The installation of air quality sensors to a number of sports venues has been a blessing in disguise. The data recorded is sent to Stockholm Environment Institute and the United Nations, analyzed and sent back to managers of the venues to help them prepare for the events and also the athletes.
The main purpose of that air quality data is also supposed to provide green incentive for those federations to be compliant with that strategy and also implement some safeguard measure around the safety of athletes and also spectators that attend event hosted at those sport infrastructure. It's to really engage those federations to comply, not just to comply, but to understand clearly what are the different challenges, environmental challenges they're facing, and how can those data be available to address them one by one.
Nakuru Bucks FC and the Nakuru RFC are the latest beneficiaries of the air quality program. Their training schedules have changed due to increased pollution.
Like right now, the athletics team is training earlier in the morning compared to when they used to train even during the day and all that. Now they've rescheduled their trainings to morning hours and probably evening hours. The rugby team is now doing fully evening hours only. And the soccer, same thing, morning or evening.
The situation is worrying for those who train in a highly polluted environment on a daily basis.
Of course, we are seeing the changes in temperature and so on. The high level of acidity in our oceans, and this is really affecting our climate. It's very much unpredictable of late, and as well as the athletic community and sports, we are also concerned because this is also affecting competition as well as training, and we are here to voice on safeguarding also the health of our athletes, because as you may know that athletes, when they are running, they gasp a lot of air, and we see that when the air is not clean, they also exposed to pulmonary diseases.
A report by IQ Air gave the town of Benoni, to the east of Johannesburg in South Africa, the dubious distinction of having the most polluted air in Africa, while other major cities like Abuja, Cairo and Kinshasa are not far behind because of increased urbanization and industrial activities. While the efforts to safeguard sports venues sound singular, there is need for all stakeholders to embrace technology or perish.
So the reason we are putting sensors in every competition venue is for us to ensure that the mitigating factors that we put in place are working. That is number one. And number two, that the athletes themselves are running in an environment that is then assured that it is a quality assurance mechanism, actually the census. And for us to be able to meet the international requirements, we have to ensure that we can be able to monitor. So the purpose of us having to put sensors here is basically for monitoring, to meet the international requirement, and home to ensure that we are participating in a clean environment. And that is why, as government and as a ministry, we put in place mechanisms to ensure that we plant trees. And that is also a direction from His Excellency, the President.
If we don't have clean air, you see, we don't get the best performance from these athletes. Therefore, it's so good to encourage green energy and to encourage, reduce air pollution, to see that our environment that we are living in is also safe for everyone.
I think everyone has a responsibility. We say we are custodians of our environment, and we are here for some time. Probably the lucky ones will be slightly over 100 years. The others' life expectancy could be around 50. So for the short time we are here, we want to ensure that we protect, we conserve the environment.
As athletes prepare for a busy 2025 calendar, the hope is that data from the current project could be used to improve the safety of the continent's upcoming major events, such as Senegal preparing to host the 2026 Youth Olympics, and also East Africa getting ready for the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations. The world is modernizing very fast. You have to keep up